Today's India has seen improvement and growth in many fields. It has the required human resources and intelligence. If these resources are used for harmony, equality, and social justice, India can be an exemplary nation for the world. However, India, the country which has taught civilization to many, also holds one of the worst barbaric practices that cannot be seen in many countries: untouchability and discrimination based on the caste system. India was able to free itself from colonial regime, but for centuries, the people who have been oppressed as lower caste are unable to wring themselves out of the oppression of the so-called upper caste people. In other countries, discrimination has been in the form of difference of color and race, but India is one of the few nations which differentiates based on birth and social class or standing. A person is born marked as higher or lower caste. This is a practice which continues to date. These injustices have left a large population oppressed, without any sense of self-respect and with their humanity and humanness brought into question. History has long forgotten the innumerable human lives which have been destroyed by the injustice meted out to these people. Even as the oppressed resigned to their fates, one man stood up and said, "This is nothing more than a clever manipulation by the so-called upper castes." Ignorance and superstitious beliefs contributed heavily to caste discriminations, and the self-respect movement arose from this background with the aim to uplift those downtrodden. The movement itself was spearheaded by a man born into the Naikar caste, a supposed upper class. This did little to deter him and his fight against social injustices, caste discriminations, superstitions, and Brahmanism. He became the voice of those oppressed. Thandai Periyar, as he is now known among the Tamil population, is a highly respected and revered figure. Born on the September 17, 1879, as E.V. Ramasamy to Venkatappa Naikar and Chinna Thayammal, Periyar is a native of Erode. Even with a privileged upbringing, Periyar pursued his education only for 3 years as he joined his father's business at a very young age. Even as his peers enjoyed their status and privilege that comes with being upper class, Periyar was always drawn to rationalism and social justice. This also marked the beginning for his social activities and community work. In 1919, at the age of 40, Periyar left his family business and joined the Indian National Congress, thereby foregoing his position in the Erode municipality as the leader along with 29 other posts that he held. In 1922, at a rally held in Tirupur by the Tamil Nadu Congress Party, Periyar put forth the suggestion to allow people from all walks of life, irrespective of their caste and class, into temples and other places of worship. There was obvious condemnation raised by Brahmins. Periyar refused to back down and within the next 3 years initiated the Vaikom Satyagraha. The victory arising from this protest culminated in the so-called untouchables to walk freely without fear on roads that were earlier forbidden to their usage. This protest is often cited as the first of its kind that looked to change India into the modern society it is now. From the time Periyar joined the Congress movement, he strove hard to abolish untouchability. Periyar realized that for social equality to be present, those from the backward communities must be uplifted by giving them reservation in education and power. Gandhi was staunchly against reservation, and Periyar had little choice than to leave Congress in 1925. In the same year, Periyar floated his hugely successful self-respect movement by which he is now identified and held in high honor. Superstitious practices and customs that forbade the growth of a nation irked Periyar. He implored the people of Tamil Nadu to drop these and urged them to marry without priests. Periyar emphasized on equality for women in all fields of work, encouraged intercaste marriages and widow remarriages in a time where it was unheard of. Periyar was keen to abolish the courtesan method that was followed in temples and rallied large support legally. He also vehemently decried child marriages. In part to his persistent efforts, reservation was brought into the government job sector for backward communities in 1928 by the Chennai government. In 1937, when Congress came to power in Chennai, Rajagopalachari, also known as Rajaji, enforced Hindi to be a compulsory language for higher secondary students. Under Periyar's strong opposition and leadership, a huge protest was arranged in 1938, which resulted in his imprisonment. It was during this time in jail when EVR was conferred the title Periyar. Upon his release from prison, Periyar was inclined to fight for a free Dravidian land. Around the same time, anti-Hindi protests were taking place. In 1940, January 21st, compulsory Hindi was removed from the syllabus by the government in Chennai. 1941 also marked another success for Periyar's tenacious struggles. The disgusting practice of serving food separately for Brahmins and untouchables in railway stations was banned. Periyar renamed the party as Dravida Kazhagam in 1944 and requested party recruits to remove the caste community prefixes and suffixes from their names. In 1948, a 70-year-old Periyar married Mani Ammai, who was all of 30 years. Many used this as an opportunity to leave Dravida Kazhagam and join Arinyar Anna's leadership and become a part of Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. In 1952, during his second term as chief minister, Rajaji announced a weird proposition that would allow children to pursue education during the morning hours and follow the family trade or business during the afternoon hours. Called Kula Kalvi Tittam or lineal education, this sought to reinforce caste hierarchy very slyly. Periyar was up in arms against this and dictated for this to be withdrawn. As a result of this ham-fisted attempt, Rajaji was forced to resign his position as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu in 1954. Kamarajar, who came to power in the immediate aftermath, put an end to this proposal. Even as his age progressed, Periyar crusaded for social justice and equality. As a result, in 1971, January 12th, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam put forth a rule that allowed people of all classes to be employed without any predisposition to caste. In 1973, Periyar rolled out a protest challenging the custom of not allowing untouchables and other backward communities inside the sanctum sanctorum of a temple. Even as he took his dying breaths, Periyar fought tirelessly and selflessly to bring about a paradigm shift in the lives of untouchables and backward classes. Social justice, social equality, and self-respect were all seeded into the people's minds, and injustices took a direct hit under Periyar. On December 24th, Periyar breathed his last at age 94. UNESCO recognized and conferred Periyar with an appreciation in 1970. The award that was conferred to him has the following words: "A new age messenger, Southeast Asia's Socrates, father of social reformation, an enemy to ignorance and superstition, a person who fits all of the above, Thandai Periyar. For someone who has the ability to be fearless in his thoughts, for someone who respects the other even if they are his enemies, for someone who believes fairness must prevail. Beyond all this, for someone who has the courage to throw away superstitious beliefs, the world will always be in his hands."